Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. And I've got to be honest with you here. I did not have the time to record this daily news brief this morning, so it was recorded yesterday afternoon, as I did have an event that went late into the evening yesterday. So yes, technically it is yesterday's news, but this little bit of info will play into the very first story that we're going to be discussing. The million-dollar question yesterday was whether Judge William Mulford will uphold or shoot down Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman's executive order closing all dining establishments for inside and outside dining. As we know, a temporary restraining order was issued on the 16th, giving the restaurants a bit of a reprieve, but the decision was going to be made yesterday. The hearing did get underway at 9 a.m., and Mulford, who is a former Republican county councilman for District 6, indicated that it might move into a multi-day hearing and reserve time today for a continuance if needed. During the first part of the hearing, the judge heard from the four plaintiffs as well as a psychologist on the mental and emotional tolls of the pandemic as well as the closures. James King, who's the CEO of Titan Hospitality Group, which owns the Blackwall Hitch, Smashing Grapes, Blackwall Barn and Lodge, testified that if Pittman's order was to stand, he would have to close at least 3 of his restaurants. King is also a former Republican delegate for District 33A. And shortly before noon, the judge did recess for 90 minutes for lunch. He was expected to rule on Dr. Vernon's testimony to see whether it was really applicable to what was at stake here. We will be updating the story on eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day today, so you want to make sure that you are checking back on that. Quite possibly, we may already have an answer. The Arundel County Police are investigating a strong-arm robbery that left a woman injured after having her car and cell phone stolen. It all happened on Christmas about 1 p.m. in the 7300 block of Ritchie Highway. A woman went to that location. It was agreed upon for the purpose of showing her Nissan that was for sale. The suspect, a male, arrived in his vehicle with another male and 2 females. The seller and the suspect went for a test drive, and when she got back, the other male that was present in the car knocked her cell phone out of her hand. When she bent over to pick it up, he punched her in the side of the head. At that point, that suspect got back into the Honda and took off, and the first suspect entered her Nissan and fled with her car as well. Police were unable to locate the vehicle or the suspects, but they've been described as a black male in his 20s wearing black coat and blue jeans, a black male in his 20s wearing a black shirt and red pants, a black female with braids, and a black female with glasses. If anybody has any information, 410-222-6135 is the number to call. And just in the nick of time, Arundel Community College celebrated a new class of nurses in a virtual pinning ceremony just before Christmas. Assistant Dean of Nursing Scott Olden said, "You will be entering the nursing workforce at a time when not only patients, but also the community needs your compassion and your expertise. I believe that you will all continue the tradition of Arundel Community College in practicing as exceptional and qualified nurses." All 65 graduates received their pins in the mail prior to the ceremony were pinned by friends and family, and they have earned an Associate of Science in Nursing. Up next for them is the National Council Licensure Examination for Registered Nurses. And something else that you should know, the Associate Degree Program here at Anne Arundel Community College is ranked as the best in Maryland for 2020 by Nursing School's Almanac. So congratulations to the 65 new graduates. All right, we do have another holiday weekend coming up, and just as a reminder, we will not be releasing a daily news brief on Thursday the 31st or Friday the 1st, unless, as I say, the S hits the fan, and there are going to be some changes to county government, so you want to make sure you listen up here. Government offices for Anne Arundel County and Annapolis will be closed on Thursday and Friday. Courts will be closed Thursday and Friday. All parks will be open for normal hours. Libraries will be closed on Friday, and they're going to be closing early at 5 p.m. on Thursday. Post offices will be closed on Friday. Trash and recycling, the recycling centers will be closed on Thursday and Friday. However, curbside pickup will continue as scheduled, but Friday collections will be pushed into Saturday. Thursday will be normal. Annapolis Transit is running on a holiday schedule, and if you are taking a MARC train, it will operate on Thursday, but not on Friday. And finally, speaking of trash, that Christmas tree, what to do with it? Well, if you can and if you want to, toss it whole into your backyard. It'll be a welcome home to birds and critters during the hard winter, and you can ditch it in early spring. But if you do want to get rid of it, and I do recommend that if you're looking to get rid of it, get it out of the house as quickly as possible because a dried out tree is a huge fire hazard. Real simple, leave it at the curb. If it's large, cut it in half, but you want to make sure you remove the tree stance bags, metal ornament hangers, any kind of decorations. They will pick up natural garland, wreaths, and Christmas trees right on your normal collection day. If it is big, cut it in half. Or if you want to take it in your own truck, you can take it right up to the county's recycling centers and they will make it into mulch. Okay, that does wrap it up for us today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day for updates to these stories and more. We will definitely have something on the lawsuit about outside and inside dining. If you are someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And make sure your friends, family, and colleagues all know how to get a hold of us. Other than that, you need to hang tight. We've got George Young standing by with your local DCMDVA weather forecast. And all of that's coming up after this brief message from Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services and Steve Samaras from Zacharys Jewelers.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners like yourself are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
At Zacharys Jewelers, there's something we admire more than anything. They are incredibly strong, resilient, indestructible, and brilliant. They are as beautiful and rare as a forever marked diamond. They are the people in our lives who put all else above themselves to keep our worlds turning. The ones who bring us together, even when we're apart. We celebrate their strength and brilliance this holiday and every day. Zacharys Jewelers.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, December 29th. Yesterday worked out pretty much as expected weather-wise, with mixed skies and afternoon temps near 50 degrees, but today and tomorrow will both be much chillier, with sunny highs today in the low 40s, along with breezy winds gusting over 20 miles per hour at times, followed by more breezy highs in the 40s tomorrow, with mixed skies ahead of some much warmer temps on Thursday, with highs in the upper 50s to near 60, along with some rain to end a fairly rainy year on the whole, with the expectation being more upper 50s and rain on New Year's Day on Friday, before sunny and dry conditions return the first weekend of 2021, with highs in the low to mid 50s on Saturday, with mid to upper 40s on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day at DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Home, a word that invokes a feeling of belonging, of comfort, of love. If you know someone who is not able to go home for the holidays, please reach out to them and share some of that feeling, that Christmas spirit, so they can feel loved where they are, so they know they are home. Midshipmen, our military, contract workers, those with loved ones far away or in medical care. This holiday season, remember that a community is made up of people caring for one another. It's an honor to call Annapolis my home. Serving people's my passion. It's what I do best. It's the Neidhardt difference.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.